A sprawling, hallucinogenic epic where a teenage boy realizes that being the chosen one is actually a great way to accidentally murder 60 billion people. It's a warning about charismatic leaders wrapped in a thick layer of sand, space monks, and the most complicated biology lesson you never asked for.
This is Shelf to Screen, the podcast where we discuss sci-fi and fantasy literary adaptations to the big and or small screen. I am Joe Perry.
I'm Jen Isgro.
I'm Tom Kokoza.
And we have a very special guest on our second episode of this very new podcast. And it's kind of odd that we have a guest on the second part of a movie. But I guess we're setting the bar.
I think he's our podcast version of the Padishah Emperor. Hugely important, but doesn't show up to the beginning of part 2.
Yeah, it's Brendan Johnston. You know him from guest spotting on our Tucker Emeryod podcast, our never reader. In this case, though, Brendan, you're not a never reader.
No. In this case, I'm actually a multiple reader.
Yeah.
Though quite some time ago.
You're a multiple reader and a multiple watcher of this movie.
Yeah.
And book.
Yep.
Brendan, we talked a little bit last week about our first interactions or introduction to Dune as a property, or, whatever you want to call it. I would just like to ask you, when did you first read Dune? I'm assuming you read Dune before. Well, I shouldn't assume that, right, Tom? Because you saw the Dune 84 movie first. Yes,
I did.
So what was your introduction to Dune, Brendan?
I think probably like most of the four of us, my introduction to Dune was in fact the movie being on WPIX in the late 80s and early 90s every once in a while.
Wow.
I never watched the whole thing straight through because my dad was a fan of the books and correctly advised me that that movie's terrible. So I didn't actually see the whole movie until after reading the book in like my mid to late 20s for the first time. But yeah, my dad was a fan, so like the books were around the house. I gave it a shot in high school and I just couldn't get into it. And then at some point, like I said, as an adult, I read them, or read the first one at least.
Yeah. It's a very similar story, I think, to me as well. We're in the second part of Dune, right? So this is, as you called it, Brendan, I think before we were recording, Dune 23.
That was a guess. Is that the right year?
I don't even know. Pretty sure you were pretty close, though. Actually, wait, I'll pull it up right now.
Dune 24? I feel like it might be
24. Yeah, it is Dune
24.
24. It is Dune 24.
So when's the next Dune going to be? 27?
It's out
26.
It's at the same day as Avengers Doomsday.
The end of this year.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, December something or other. Yeah.
All right.
What are we going to watch?
That's a good 9 hours of the movie.
If I ever went to a movie theater to watch anything, I'd have a big decision to make.
They're trying to do a Barbenheimer
Doomsday
thing.
Yes.
Honestly, it writes itself.
The stars of the movies are already talking about it. So,
okay.
Especially
is anybody in both?
Yes, I think multiple people will be in both. But
Josh Brolin?
Is Josh Brolin?
Maybe not.
Josh Brolin? No. What's your face? Princess of Rulin. It'll be in both.
Florence Pugh. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
What you call it?
I have no idea who's in the other.
Zendaya might be in both.
Okay. Potential.
Really?
Potential to be in both.
Yeah.
Not Batista.
Not Batista. It'd be very surprising if he comes back for Dune 3.
He won't be in Dune, right? Okay, I was like, what happened to?
No,
he's in. He's one of the characters from what's it called? The space one with Chris Pratt.
Yeah. Yes, he's in Guardians. Yeah,
Guardians of the Galaxy. Thank you.
He's right.
Brolin will be back in both, though weirdly in Avengers Doomsday he will be his character from Weapons.
So it's actually gonna be he's be
Just
Cable.
just a weird crossover.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
it's Rand from Goonies.
Yeah.
All grown up.
Yeah.
He's just a grown up Bran.
Crisis on Infinite Brolins.
Wow, that's very interesting. So let's get into this movie, right? Let's get into this movie, right? We talked a little bit last week about how this movie was greenlit like a few days after the first one released. I guess they said, "Oh, it's doing pretty well. Let's go into the second one." They were able to jump right into the filming. I believe as soon as it was greenlit, they were almost right into the filming because they had already written the script ahead of time. So I think it was just a matter of, the final pre-production things and then getting the filming started. So I just want to talk a little bit about the casting before we get into the plot of this or the continuation of this. The secret casting. Now,
oh yeah,
Who's the secret?
The secret casting was Anya Taylor-Joy.
Oh.
I remember this very distinctly. And when I heard that she was going to be in the movie, I immediately knew who she was going to be because I couldn't believe for them to kind of keep it a secret as to who she would play. And they hadn't announced who she was going to play even when she was revealed to be in it. But I felt like that was so stupid because who else was she going to be? I just was curious as to
one scene.
Well,
she's a voice the whole movie.
She's the voice. She does the voice.
The fetus
but
voice.
Even the voice doesn't. The voice doesn't.
Voice of the Dune 2. Look who's talking.
Yeah, right.
Well, this is something that this movie had in common with Dune 84. Multiple fetus shots.
Many fetus shots. Yeah, a lot of fetus as character here. And I do
Isn't
think
the opening shot the fetus?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Isn't the opening shot
he
the
said about a movie he watched 4 hours ago?
I think
wasn't the opening the
it's the Emperor, but like when they get to Dune, I think
no, it's what's it called again? The Sardaukar thing with the spice.
Oh yeah.
The fetus is my third note.
Then
my first note is I can't believe it's 2 hours and 45 minutes. And then my
it's
and then my
longer.
second
5 minutes longer.
My second squeal was when I saw who was playing the Emperor.
Oh, you didn't know?
No, I didn't look anything up. I wanted to be surprised.
Well, I mean, it was like, he was in the trailer and stuff like that, if I remember correctly.
I didn't care about any of this until about 2 weeks ago. So
yeah, Christopher Walken.
I didn't look anything up. That was awesome.
And she's about 2 hours from stopping caring about
Never caring about it. No, I'm gonna have to watch the third one now, I guess.
Well, we have right in the beginning. You've got two of the new characters, right? The Emperor, the aforementioned Christopher Walken, and then we got Florence Pugh, who's narrating it. They switched over to the book style of Princess Irulan narrating some of it, which I was kind of happy about, and her playing the Emperor's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
But I think my favorite casting, and I wasn't when I first heard who was playing Fade Rotha, I was like, I really didn't know who he was too well and thought like, oh, why is this guy playing Fade? And I just have to say I loved his bald, hairless expressions so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
His brow.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
And there's not a line on his head. It's like smooth like an egg all the way back.
I think, and really and I know Austin Butler is somebody who loves to do accents and loves to change his voice in parts and stuff like that. But he does a very good impression of Stellan Skarsgård's weird voice. In this movie.
Yeah.
So much so that the first time he talked, I thought it was the Baron talking because I was very confused about that intro scene because they were cutting to different things. And I would hear voices and I wasn't sure that was him talking and it sounded so much like the Barons and I was like, what the hell is going on?
Oh, why was that part of the movie in black and white?
Infrared.
The black son of God.
They shot it with an infrared lens.
Why though? Because I was 2 seconds away from being like, if it doesn't go back to color after the scene, I'm going to turn it off and turn it back on because I thought something was wrong with my television.
I did too, Jen. It's in my notes. Is something wrong with my TV?
What's going on? I know everybody's face was like whited out. So I was like, all right, I figured it's probably like a stylistic choice, but I didn't really get why.
This is gonna sound weird. That part of the movie isn't in black and white. That's what everything on that planet looks like.
Yes, that's
But not inside.
Yeah, no, that's what the sunlight on that planet
does.
The
sun, yes.
The sun's black.
Okay.
And so it sucks color out of the, like, light is just black and white, basically.
Everything.
So, like,
that's cool, but they never mention that at all. They just make the movie black and white.
No. And it's not black and white. And like I said, I literally had to flip down to see if like, you know, like when the screens with like other shows at the below and you can press down and see those were in color to make sure my TV was okay.
Okay,
yeah,
so it's
not, and it isn't black and white because there is like I think a few times like a red pops. And there are other things, but it's to Joe's point. They filmed it with infrared.
That's
cameras.
cool. All right.
It's one of my favorite little touches in the movie that even on the Harkonnen planet, even the fireworks are black and white and gross.
I have a note about that.
They're blobs of
fire goop. It's disgusting.
It's like Nickelodeon. It kind of reminds me of like GAC.
My note is right when we get to them, we're jumping right into like halfway through the movie, or more than halfway through the movie.
Sorry,
we'll go back.
But we can go back to the beginning, I guess.
We can do whatever we
want. We talked about all of like those big new cast members in this movie who weren't in the first movie. This was supposed to be Dune 23, Brendan, but if you remember, there was a strike.
An actor strike.
The SAG-AFTRA strike. So they they postponed it so they could promote it properly. Yeah. Tom, you mentioned the black sun, which was the infrared lighting, which now that I realize that's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Because
apparently like, so the black sun of Getty Prime, or I think it's Getty Prime in the movie. That's mentioned in the book, but like as a metaphor, like the Harkonnens are so evil. Right. The planet rotates around a black sun, but they just said, "Oh no, we'll just do that. That's cool."
Yeah, I mean, I guess the cinema.
Yeah, they were right.
I imagine that was right up Denis Villeneuve's alley. He was like, "No, we're gonna do something. Right. We're gonna do something different." And nobody on the actual. I wonder if like. I would be interested to know what the costume, like what that scene looks like without the infrared, just to see like if they had to be mindful of different colors showing up, you know, under the infrared lens a different way, and being like, no, we have to stick to certain colors for costuming and set design. That's definitely a question I would have loved to know the answer to.
Since like the first the only time you see Fade is like here. Until you see him again, like at the towards the end, like it was disturbing to see him with a flesh-colored palette. Like, I'm like, no, he's supposed to just be white,
white, black, and white.
Yeah.
He's not a real person,
right? Exactly.
Yeah.
He's something on an old
It's almost
TV.
disturbing. It's disturbing to see him as like, oh, he's actually human.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So. I mean, just getting into the actual movie, I was very surprised that there was no time jump. It literally picked up from exactly where the last movie left off. And I was like, what? And I have a lot of problem following the time, like how much time passes, especially over this first chunk of the movie.
8 months.
Because
is that what it is? Oh, well, yeah.
She hasn't had birth yet.
That's true.
And she's
but in the books, doesn't she give birth like prematurely? Yeah. Like very prematurely?
The book takes place over years.
No, I know that, but I'm saying like the 8-month thing doesn't really mean anything, I don't think, because
my point is that she's like 6 weeks pregnant in the beginning of the movie, and she hasn't given birth yet at the end.
I just think it's an accelerate. I don't know. They don't address it. I don't know if it's an accelerated birth
timeline. There's enough time for him to like learn the Fremen ways. It's got to be a number of months.
It's interesting you point out that there's no time jump between the first movie and the second movie, because there are pretty big time jumps with no real like they don't put a title card, they don't like do a star wipe or anything, but it's just like one day Paul's learning how to fight, and in the next scene, Raban's furious about everything Muad'Dib has done. It's
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Things just happen.
There's one of the time jumps that happened that I was confused about, and it's probably not a big jump in time, but it's got to be some span of time when Paul's going to do his like walk across and back, and Chani goes with him, and they have kind of like an intimate moment, and then it just jumps to them attacking one of the spice crawler things.
Yeah.
So there had to be like a good amount of time, because like you said, Brendan, all of that training and whatnot, that must have happened in that time frame. So there's got to be like months of time, I guess, that passed. I don't know.
Weeks, at least weeks.
Weeks.
Yeah, and I guess I want to be like clear on this. Like, he doesn't like Paul teaches them how to fight. Like, he learns how to hide and be stealthy, but like they learn like the Atreides way of murdering people.
Yeah, but I mean the Fremen, he learns like, sorry, maybe I meant more like his Fremen ways and customs and all of that.
Yeah, he does, and it's very odd because like they build up to be a Fremen, you must live in the sand, and like you're gonna go do this journey, and like it gives the whole like funny, and also like it's very like Stilgar's really like I think he's terrific, but very odd choices, because it's either like almost slapstick dialogue or religious fanaticism. And there's no point where he's like Stilgar capable leader. Like, it's like, and the desert spirits talk to you. No, really, they do. Like, very odd. But anyway, they build up this whole thing about how he has to go out into the desert and live with the desert. And he's got to make it to this mountain. And he starts the journey. And it just ends with Chani walking with him.
Yes.
And then he doesn't even do it. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
The next thing he's learning about the wind catchers or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
And then and then he's Muad'Dib.
Yeah. I forgot. So we've got, and that's a little bit later, but I forgot the other name for Paul that we get in this, Usul. I was like, oh, that's right. He has another name that we haven't even discussed yet.
So many names.
So many names.
Yeah, they add more names in the movie. Like he's got four in the book.
I would have loved to them. Someone had just said like Paul, Mahdi, Muad'Dib, Lisan al-Gaib, Usul, Atreides,
Kwisatz
Haderach.
The voice of the outer world.
Yeah.
Well, that's Lisan al-Gaib.
That's Lisan al-Gaib.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, all right, that's true.
Come on, Brendan. You don't know that means Lisan al-Gaib? Even I know that.
Why did we invite? Who invited this guy?
Movie. In this movie, you should have a drink every time somebody says Lisan al-Gaib.
You will
give it to him.
The first movie, it's I think more so than this one, but yeah.
I saw it in the theater, and I saw it maybe a week after it had come out, and by the time I'd seen it, the Lisan al-Gaib thing had already become like a meme, like it was just everywhere, and I went into the movie thinking, there's no way Javier Bardem says Lisan al-Gaib that many times in the movie, and I walked out going, well. Yes, there is.
It's like Joe Pesci in Casino.
It's probably he says it as much as he says all the other lines that he has. I mean, because a lot of his lines are, the Lisan al-Gaib is wise.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
no, this is what the prophecy says.
Yeah.
And
a lot of the
prophecy.
A lot of the early half of the movie, and Tom sort of alluded to this, is surprisingly funny.
Yes.
Especially with regard to Stilgar, because there's the scene where Paul is like explaining all the reasons why he's definitely not the Mahdi, and it's just like smash cut to Stilgar going, he's so modest. The Mahdi is so modest.
He has to be the Mahdi because of how modest he is.
It was
humility.
It was.
He would never admit to being the Mahdi if he was. If he wasn't.
It was right out of The Life of Brian. That part. That's what that was. You're right. It was.
And there's another part where like Chani's showing him how to walk, And he starts talking about, I was like, well, actually, in the book I read, the anthropologist said, and it just cuts to Johnny like, really?
Like, oh, yeah.
The anthropologists.
It might be the scene where she's showing him like the wind, like the moisture collector thing, and like he's just grinning at her like an idiot because he's so in love.
Yes.
And I'm like, this is like remarkably like cute for a movie that like is gonna have a lot of mass murder later.
Well, I think that's something that the movie did a good job of, because in the book he just meets Chani and they're in love like the next page or whatever, and they have a kid. It's like
it's like maybe at 20 minutes.
Yeah,
like they're in love by like the walk through the desert. I think like the next time you see them, they're sharing a tent. Like they're.
In Paul's defense, as far as we know, Chani's the first girl he's ever met.
Fair enough.
Well, no, this is his mother.
Shadow Mapes.
And Shadow
the Bene
Mapes.
Gesserit, the Reverend Mother.
Oh, the Reverend Mother, who's quite a catch.
I said girl, those are adult women.
That's true.
Oh, girl. Okay. Two things. One, they cut out the two of them having a child, which I was fine with,
you would have had it by now.
The child dies. He has a child and it dies.
There's no time for it. They condense.
I don't even think you meet the child.
Before this happens, before the end of this movie happens, the child is dead already?
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes it
So
even
what
worse.
happens in the book is, so I think he gets her pregnant before the time jump. Then there's like a 2-year time jump and they have like a 2-year-old kid. And then what happens is, I think the kid
in the
yes, and when the siege gets attacked, the kid gets killed. But everyone else
sounds
like well, what's their name? Is that when does Jessica and Ala get kidnapped, taken prisoner at that point? Are they captured?
Maybe. It's towards the end. Yeah, he's like super pissed because they just killed Leto the second.
Yeah,
oh, man.
By the way, Leto. I always said Leto, and I was like, okay, I guess we're
me too, and I'm going to continue to.
They're paying. They're paying. They got a contract with Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. I thought it was. I always, when I was a kid, thought that was Jared Leto too. So
I used to go to school with an Anthony Leto, and he's pronounced it Leto. So that's what I always said too.
well.
Anyway, what were we talking about? They get
no kid wrong too. It's Harkonnen.
That one is like, okay, that's.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm okay with that one. Harkonnen. I think Harkonnen sounds much more evil and sinister.
That's it.
Is that in Dune 84? They say Harkonnen?
Yeah.
Harkonnen sounds more evil. Harkonnen sounds more stupid. And so Harkonnen is the better pronunciation for Dune 84. Because they're the fucking Beagle Boys in Dune 84.
Oh wow, that's
just with a lot more rapiness.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm okay with the decision not to have them have a child, especially the way they changed Chani's whole their relationship is a little different. Not their relationship with each other, but her relationship with who Paul is and who he's going to be is different in the books.
I have to say, like, and this is I whatever. We'll get into the ratings later.
Though I did like the end.
I like this movie more than I like the first one. But I increasingly didn't like how much Chani was like the only person. One, the only person, and two, the person who was like, "Hey, wait a second, this doesn't sit right." Like, it was like we talked about this when we were talking about the books last episode, but that Herbert wrote Dune Messiah because people didn't get what he was trying to say in Dune. And I feel like they were like, well, we can't make that mistake. Let's just have Chani consistently tell the audience that they should be worried about all this.
I agree with you. I think
it became like it wasn't like I feel like she lost character because she was too much like a lamp shining the point of what was happening.
I want to talk to, but not right now because it's kind of at the end of the movie, but where I don't know if Paul kind of changes because he's kind of like that too the whole movie, like, no, I'm not,
Right.
this isn't me. But then once he drinks the water of life, I don't know if that changes him or if he just decides at that point, fuck it. So I can't tell like
Yes.
or both. Yeah.
Well, I think he decides to say fuck it when he goes south, when he decides to
Yeah,
go
when he gets
south.
up in front of everyone, he starts screaming at them and all that shit. Like,
Yeah.
what does he say? He's like, that's not, I can't remember the line. Where they're telling him like you can't do it this way. And he basically says like, I'm the way. Is that what he says? So something like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna do
I show you the way.
I show you the way. Yeah.
But then, yes, when he drinks the water of life, that is when I think he decides this is
worm blood.
This is the way.
It's worm blood, right?
Is it blood?
Well, it's not blood. I don't know if it's blood. I think it's just like their fluids. Like one of them jokes, it's worm piss, right? Somebody said.
Well, it's like so the worm is like getting embalmed.
It's. I don't know if it's like blood or if it's like their moisture or they're like in stomach fluid.
But that worm is dead, right?
You know what? Let's go with blood. Blood is oddly enough, blood is the least gross option.
Better than all that stuff. So yeah, I think right.
Blue Gatorade.
Yeah. So they don't get into this much in this. They don't get into it at all in this movie. But like the worms, like can't have water. Like they die in water. Obviously, they put the worm drowns like almost immediately, right? And that's why the planet is a desert, because like the worm, but like they inside when they make and the worms in the books, right? The worms make the spice, right? The worms make the spice.
It's like the big secret. Nobody, like only the Fremen know that really.
Right.
That the worms.
So the worm pee is the spice, and the worm blood is the
pure,
worm.
when the worm drowns, like that pure, unadulterated, like essence of spice is what comes out.
Unadulterated. Wow, we're getting racy in this one.
Yeah, baby.
Unadulterated, Joe.
Oh.
So yeah, I think that's where that's like more than anything else. Whatever you want to call it, that's what that is. That's like the purest, uncut spice that you can get.
It's the good stuff.
Yeah, and it's like Heisenberg's.
I didn't like that part. They're like killing baby worms.
Yeah, that was an interesting scene for sure. I kind of like that.
You did like it?
I kind of liked it.
What was my other question about that? I don't know. Are we going back? Does it matter anymore, or can I just keep asking questions?
If you want to just ask some more questions,
we've been all
okay. If the Lisan al Gaib is not real, is a created thing, how does Paul drink the water of life and live, or could any man drink it and no one ever has?
He's the Quetzalcoatl. That's how
he's the thing. One of the things I love about this movie, and just one of the things I really like about Dune in general, is it's a story about a conspiracy that makes up a prophecy, and the conspiracy is so effective that the prophecy comes true. Right. So it's not that Paul's not like Paul is all that stuff. The fact that somebody made it up 1,000 years ago doesn't make him not that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
like what the Bene Gesserit are trying to do with their genetic program, that Paul's supposed to be a girl and he's actually supposed to marry Fade, and they're gonna have a kid, and that's gonna be the
Imagine
one.
being married to Fade.
Well, I don't know if married is exactly what would happen there. I think it would be more like what happens to him in halfway through, like get pregnant with Fade's kid, and then that baby's gonna be the thing. But like that genetic program is why Paul can survive. And that's what the Bene Gesserit are trying to do. Okay. They're trying to make a male Reverend Mother.
Okay.
Because basically all the Reverend Mothers, right, they can see back in time through their history.
Yeah.
But they can only see the female half. So if a guy could do it, they'll have access to all the knowledge of history.
If he tells them.
Well,
that's why
he has to mansplain it to them.
So many parts of this story are very familiar to me.
Right.
Yeah.
It's almost like I've read this before in a different.
Yeah. And like, but and again, none of this is outright said anywhere in this film. But this is alluded to in the fact that the Reverend Mother keeps talking about how like they need to find someone who's controllable, because they need, like, the whole thing with the Bene Gesserits, like, you're gonna be a puppet for us, and that's why they kind of decide to cut and run on Paul, because he's not under control anymore.
Yeah, so they decide, let's try another option. This crazy psychotic sociopath might be controllable. Which
they talk about that though. They talk about how
overtly
he's a psychopath.
Like he's crazy, but he's also manipulable.
Right. What they say? Sex and pain.
Yeah, he's right.
Desire.
He also, like, when they first introduced him, I was like, oh, he's not really that good of a fighter, because they're drugging the guys that he's fighting to make him, but maybe he doesn't know that, to make him think that he's good.
No, he knows, because he said
he knows.
Well, the last one wasn't drugged.
But he comes to him and he's like, what are you trying to do? Trying to kill me?
Yeah.
But, like, the Baron's testing him to see, like, whether he can.
I think he's also manipulating him, though. Yeah, I think it's also a way of him to manipulate his nephew. But I mean, I don't want to say he does a terrible job of it, because he does wind up dying. But his nephew does a pretty good job of taking care of the Fremen. Well,
yeah,
he does a better job than his brother
for a
Batista.
little while.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say not after the Baron is killed. That's pretty much nothing after that. Not much. All right. Yeah, because that confused me, because I was like, oh, he's not really that good of a fighter, but they're trying to make him look good. And then at the end, he was pretty good.
Oh, no, he's a very good fighter.
Who's supposed to be really good. Yeah, but the fact that they was drugging the guys made me think that, like, that was like a show for everybody to make him look better than he was.
I think it's just like I think it's a show for everybody, just to put on a show for everybody. Like, but
yeah.
It's fun for him. It's like,
Yeah, he just
like,
has to murder people. That's great.
It's like going to play laser tag or something.
Right. He does. I again, I'd seen this movie a couple of times, but I hadn't seen it in a while before rewatching it today. He casually kills so many people.
Yeah.
Yes. Everyone who says something to I think almost every person who says something to him, he kills.
Yeah.
He's like
any character who doesn't have a name. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it was interesting for sure. I guess, they wanted to make sure everyone understood it. This guy's not he's not a good guy.
He's a bad guy.
He's a bad guy. We talked about the fetus shots and the fetus talking to Jessica, right? This is a change from the books. And
yeah, she lost it big time.
Who lost it?
Jessica just appears crazy.
No, I believe that she's really talking to the baby.
She is really talking.
Looks like a crazy person, and then she gets face tattooed and everything. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
So I want to ask, I guess specifically Brendan and Tom, and then Jen, I guess you can weigh in on just how you thought that worked, or how it would have worked if they did what what the books did. And literally, she has a premature baby that's like a few years old, but has the mind and maturity of a reverend mother.
Right.
How did you like that change, Tom? Or were you concerned about it?
I didn't understand why they said let's do this entire story in the course of Jessica's pregnancy. I guess they said, hey, a talking fetus is going to be less of an uncanny valley for people than like a CGI 2-year-old, which is what they would probably do, right?
Well, wow! I didn't even think about a CGI 2-year-old, but I guess it's easier for on the production to do it this way for sure.
Right. So, like, I mean, I think I honestly think that's the contention. Like, they were like doing this and making this like whatever. They could do what they did in the old movie and get like a 6-year-old and say she's 4 and leave it alone. But like they said, we'll just keep her. Like, it was an odd choice for me. I don't storyline understand. It made everything feel even more rushed in regards to, like we talked earlier, with like the learning and the being embraced and all the rest of that stuff. but I didn't have a problem with how they did it. I don't think it didn't like say, oh, this is weird or this is fake or anything like that at all. I think it made sense within the context of the movie. I did think it was odd, like other people thought she was crazy. Like there's a couple of scenes where she's talking to her daughter and like her attendants are just like, I'm gonna go over there.
I feel like if the baby was communicating mentally with her, she should have been able to do the same. But it was almost like she was talking out loud for our benefit, but also other people heard her. Like,
yeah,
especially because she does telepathically communicate to her Reverend Mother later.
At the end,
yeah. Like
there is one point where she looks down and tells her stomach, quiet.
Yeah.
Like no one else can hear her.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to. I think I more or less agree with everything Tom said. I think they did it because they thought having a literal child running around spouting prophecies would have just been somehow weirder than occasionally cutting through. But I actually think it was really effective in that it makes Lady Jessica that much creepier.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Jen, what do you think?
And mysterious.
Well, it seemed like you thought she was pretty creepy or crazy.
Yeah, I think she was much crazier than the other movie. But I don't know if that would happen like after she drank the water of life. Again, she kind of like became the Reverend Mother. She got her face tattooed for some reason. She was just like, I guess after you see the history of your entire species, it changes you a little bit. I don't know. Like the fetus thing was weird. I get like obviously you could either talk to no one or hire a kid. But I know it's magic, but it's like it's a fetus. It's not it's still it doesn't make any sense. Right.
The brain is not
it's
actually
not developed
there
enough yet to be able to communicate. And it was not even like a baby. I mean, at the end it looked like a baby, but at the beginning it was like the big eyes.
Yeah,
and it
she
was like,
does. I believe she does gestate fairly quickly in the books. And she gives birth to her only like I think a few months after.
Yeah. Well, I think if what Tom was saying, like they rushed it, but maybe they wanted it to be like that much time. They obviously cut it down by a lot. It should have been like years that he was there, and they cut it down to like a couple of months. So they made that decision. So I guess that maybe that had something to do with it too. And they were like, well, we can't. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it would be on belief for like. I don't know. Dune 84 didn't care. Dune 84 didn't care about anything like that. That was not like, like I saw her and it didn't phase me any more than anything else was phasing me.
I thought she was awesome.
She was very cool. That's what I mean. I wasn't like, I don't believe this. Like there was so much before that I had to.
This is the point of that the movie's lost.
Like so much before that, I was like, okay, whatever, fine. But in this movie, it's so serious that like. That maybe would have been a bridge too far.
They were concerned about like having another Phantom Menace or The Mummy Returns scenario where a little kid just ruins the entire movie for everyone.
The boy in Mummy Returns didn't ruin the movie.
Oh my, that was terrible.
He was worse than
kid in Mummy Returns.
Yeah,
yes, the two of them had a kid.
I probably haven't seen that movie since the theater.
Yeah,
so. That's fine.
That's all I remember about the movie. That's it. It's the only thing I remember. Oh, is the Rock in it? Is the Scorpion King? Okay.
CGI Rock.
I remember two things.
CGI at the end.
Two things I remember about that movie.
Anyway, but
I was very disappointed that we did not get a little precocious child spouting crazy, philosophical and I don't know, prophetic things.
So now is it going to be like a year later and it's fully Anya Taylor-Joy?
Oh yeah, I think in Dune, in the next
how
movie,
much time is going to have?
It might be her. That's why they got her to do that part.
Yeah.
But she's like 25 or 30 years old.
She's probably like 30-something years old.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I want to say though is, when I heard that she was Anya Taylor-Joy was going to be in this, I immediately thought like she's got to be Alia, but I'm like, why? They're not going to make it her though, like because that doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, is she going to be the voice then I thought like they were going to get a little kid to do it, and she was just going to like overdub some of the lines. And then
I remember you saying that.
Yes.
And, like thinking that makes no sense, but he's definitely right.
Well, she did overdub the lines on but it was on a fetus instead of a child.
I mean, maybe honestly, go ahead.
I was going to say my third option was that they were going to use CGI to make Anya Taylor-Joy like a 5-year-old, but it was I just would picture it with her regular head and face. But
she just got her knees in shoes.
But I'm like a 5-year-old.
She's doing dwarf style.
Computer generated child. And I got none of those things, so I am disappointed about that.
Yeah, she's gonna shot of her on the Dune ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Is it possible that Alicia Witt in Dune 84 was just so like indelibly weird that they were like, we can't do it. We can't do it because it will inevitably be compared to the kid in Dune 84, and we can't do it.
We can't top that. We can't top Alicia Witt's performance.
I wouldn't say top it, but
I think that's what we're saying. And I love the character of Alia in the books because she's like 4 years old, but like converses with people as if she's 70 and seen a lot of shit. And I think it's so creepy and awesome that I was disappointed that we did not get it. The fetus was not creepy and awesome. It was creepy. That's it. It wasn't awesome.
The only time I was really like missing it was at the very end. I'm like, okay, Paul's gotta kill the Baron too.
Oh yes.
I'm like, no, like like that should be somebody else. Like
the traditional. They went more on the traditional vengeance.
Right.
Nobody give a shit to try to stop them.
Well, they're all at that point. Isn't everyone? Oh no, the Baron, right?
Well,
nobody's really.
Well, Fade is there, but I guess he doesn't.
Fade doesn't. Fade actually looked like he was getting off on it a bit.
Yeah, well, I thought he was just happy because he's the Baron now, right?
Yeah, now he's in charge.
He's not the Baron anymore.
Yeah. Nah, Baron. You're Da Baron.
Oh no.
No.
Sorry.
Also,
I had to say it.
Raban died in like 13 seconds. That was the most anticlimactic fight. I was like, here we go.
They gave them a little showdown, which that's not in the books, right? Gurney and Robin. And when
Raban gets killed by like the people of Arrakis. He just gets ripped apart by a mob in the book.
But I knew it was coming when Josh Brolin comes back and he specifically mentions Robin gave me this scar and and I was like, oh, he's gonna kill him. He'll be the one to kill him then.
I do think, I really do like Dave Bautista as an actor, and I think he does a very good job. He's like when he goes out into the desert and then they get ambushed by the Fremen. And he like runs and he has the whole thing where he's hanging off the ornithopter and he gets back in. Like from then on, he's just broken. Like his character is completely, and he's just going through the motions. So like, he can't fight anybody. He's running away.
I thought
he's just trying to get back to Guiding Prime. He's done.
I thought he was broken when he had to kiss his brother's foot.
No, it's even before that.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, the thing about Robin, and I don't remember. Again, it's been a while since I watched the first one, but
for the first one, he's a cartoon. He's not a person.
Yeah, like he's a thug.
Yeah.
He's not a great fight. Like he kills a couple of people, but they're like desk guys who he smashes against the wall. Like it's not
right. Yeah. He's like an oaf, and his sole purpose, even from the Baron's point of view, is just to prep this for Fade to like come in and save the day. Like he's like, you go in there, break this place, make it miserable, and then the good one will come in and clean it up.
I have a note here. I just have a note. I love what Batista's doing. That was my note on him. Yeah.
Oh, he's great.
All his choices were perfect. I loved
The
it.
best wrestler turned actor, and it's not close.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who's close?
I don't know. Rock just got nominated for a Golden Globe.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say Rock's probably the closest, or Roddy Piper.
I was gonna say, Rowdy Piper.
It's true.
The best living.
Just for one. Yeah, just for one movie.
They live for they live.
Hell comes to Frogtown.
Hell comes to Frog. Yes.
What about his performance on It's Always Sunny as the maniac? So they did it again in this movie. Somebody used the word guys. Like, hey guys, or why don't you guys? And I'm like,
sure they weren't saying Lisa and Al.
No,
guy.
it was in the. No, it was in the.
That's what Paul is called. The Lisa and Al guys.
They did it once in the first movie, and they did it again in this movie. And it sounds so. I don't know. It sounds so jarring to me to watch a movie like this and the word guys come out.
The thing about
bros?
I mean, the thing about Dune, more than I think a lot of like science fiction or like hybrid sci-fi fantasy properties like Star Wars or what have you, is like it's explicitly set in our future.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's 8,000 years from now or whatever it is. But it's like, so, if you're going, I mean, there's a character in the first movie named after the state of Idaho. Like, it's not that weird that they say guys.
True.
I don't know. It just seems out of place when it comes up like once or twice.
The magical chosen one's named Paul.
Yeah, Jessica always throws me too.
We went to college with that guy.
Yeah,
right. Paul and his mother, the witch Jessica. Like it's not. They're just people. It's just it's just the future.
Oh yeah, I know. It's just jarring to me still. Because whenever it's just out of place for. I don't even want to say it's like anachronistic or whatnot, but nobody talks like that in the movie except for like 2 lines.
Wow.
And once in the first movie and once in the second. And it's not even like it was just it's very easy just to write it. Just don't put guys in there. The word guys, or change the
maybe
one
it was
word.
an ad lib and they just left it in.
Oh, yeah, maybe it was.
Like an accidental slip of the tongue.
Yeah. We already talked a little bit about Kitty Prime and the introduction of Fade and the infrared camera footage. I wanted to ask, or I guess talk a little bit about Lady Fenring.
I'll talk about her whenever you want.
I forgot about that person. She's only in one scene, right?
She's
in a couple of scenes.
She's in that whole hardcore, like Kitty Prime section.
Oh, okay.
And then she's at the end. Yeah, towards the end, she shows up with I guess back on the capital planet. What's the name of the planet?
Is it
Coruscant?
Yeah.
That the Emperor.
Is it Corrin?
It might be. Yeah. She shows up there. I was racking my mind to remember because the Lady Fenring is in the books, but it's her and her husband, I think, are there, and they're like, are they like agents of the Emperor?
They are, but she's also a Bene Gesserit and is secretly an agent of the Bene Gesserit, and so her husband was filmed like Tim Blake Nelson played the part. They filmed the whole few scenes with him. He just didn't make it.
Oh man, we could have Tim Blake Nelson.
Not only can we have Tim Blake Nelson, but Thufir Hawat was it also filmed a bunch of scenes in this movie, also all cut. He's the person who undrugs, which is actually what you see happen.
That's right.
He undrugs the third fighter.
Oh.
You see his hand. That's him. He's in the scenes.
Right. Okay.
He gets his part was cut out. Tim Blake Nelson was cut out. I was looking.
Oh, that makes so much more sense. I was confused about that scene because there was just like didn't he speak too though?
I guess they might have changed the voice.
Or they might have cut. Yeah, or they cut that out and they just had the response. It was a very weird cut.
It's very odd.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's it. And like he was in it, and up until the end, all his stuff was cut. But I was like, when we were looking before when we started this podcast, we were asking who would be in both movies. So I was looking at the cast for Dune 3, and Léa Seydoux is back in Dune 3 as Lady whatever her name is.
Benring?
Benring.
Yeah. And she doesn't do that she doesn't sleep with Fade in the books, does she?
She might. I don't
know how much sleeping they did.
Yeah, well, probably not much at all. To secure another piece of the genetic puzzle.
Right.
In case things didn't work out properly. That was an interesting section right there.
I mean, I think at that point, there's no in case things didn't work out properly. Things have not worked out properly at that point.
Right.
I completely forgot about that part. I think I watched this over like 3 days. So I think I saw that part yesterday.
I think
I've completely forgotten about it.
I'm assuming that that's a setup for the third movie.
Right.
Because otherwise I would say, why even put any of that in there? But it's got to be a setup for the third movie.
Yeah. Because otherwise there's no more Harkonnens, right? Harkonnens. They're all killed.
Well, Paul.
I was going to say.
Well,
do we know that in the other movie?
No. I think I said it in last episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lady Jessica says that she didn't know about it until she drank the water of life.
Yeah. No, I mean in the 84 movie.
No, they don't address it. It doesn't come up at all.
I think so.
But it is in the book.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And,
very strange.
What you call it? Yeah, but and that's like he's like, well, that's how we will be Harkonnens too. I mean, no, you're an Atreides, man.
Your dad. If your dad could hear you right now, he'd smack you in your face.
And I remember when I first read the book. I guess it was in high school. I might have been junior high, but I think it was in high school. And like I was like, who gives a shit who his genetic grandfather is? Like I don't believe that, like, I guess even then, even more so, that your genetic structure indicates any personality traits that you have.
Sure, but
you're raised as an Atreides. That's what you are. Doesn't make any difference who your grandfather is. Your dad was Leto Atreides.
Yeah, but I mean, the Harkonnens they're straight up monsters. Like,
yes, it's true. Yes,
it's they're.
So what did they like sell? He sold his daughter into like slavery or something?
I thought
She's a concubine,
I think
right?
the Bene Gesserit came and took her.
Just like took her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But he has where's like the rest of his nuclear family?
So I don't want to get into this, but like,
yeah,
they're
in the pool.
In the latter
Still.
in the latter books of like the Dune mythology, I think Frank Herbert's kid starts writing them with like Brian Anderson or whatever. And it's discovered that the Reverend Mother is Jessica's mother, and she seduces Baron Harkonnen, and like in a similar way that Fade gets seduced here to get his genetic material.
The Bene Gesserit basically
they're not married.
She does it under it. No, she's actually in disguise, and it's not even really like it's her, but like he never knows it's her and whatever. So,
but then
the Bene Gesserit basically have
it
one move.
Yeah.
It's a good move.
Well, it's two moves.
It's a good move.
It's a good move all
one-night
around.
Seduction or concubine.
It's a good. Everybody wins.
Like but he's like looking at her as a baby. Isn't that like a scene where she's like a baby and he's looking at her?
Yes.
So she's in his house as a baby.
Yeah.
It's not like she gets pregnant and then leaves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
it did look too bright. It looked a little bright and too.
It might have been like, here, come.
Too pleasant and comforting.
This is yours, and she's going to be raised by us. And
just because he knows he had a daughter at some point who was taken by the Bene Gesserit doesn't mean he knows that she grew up to be Lady Jessica, who is married to Leto Atreides, who he hates.
That's also
no, but
true.
it's not like she got pregnant and then like pieced out Like, he knows about this. He knew there was a kid.
Yeah, but I don't know,
Yes.
and I didn't look enough into this to find out whether like she is in disguise and stays with him during the pregnancy, or just like,
Okay.
you know. Whatever. Also, I found this interesting because there's no indication at any point in these movies that like that the Harkonnen shave their heads.
No,
Like,
everyone
she's
who
a
lives on that
baby.
planet apparently just says alopecia.
Right, but this baby has a full head of red hair.
Wait, the women do too?
All the women are also
Yeah.
bald, yeah.
I didn't
Okay.
see one person who had hair on that whole, except for Lady Fenring.
Lady
And-
Fenring.
So she's
She's
only
not from
half
there.
a Harkonnen,
Yeah.
though.
Well,
Maybe
she is
the
alive, of course.
black sun burns your hair off.
There you go. It's not that they're Harkonnens. It's they grew up on gay
Maybe.
pride,
I mean,
which
it's
she didn't.
making the whole world
Well, there is a there's
like that color. Maybe
I
it just
think-
burns your hair off.
I think there's some evidence here that the genetic material of the Harkonnens is poisonous, because when in the beginning,
Oh,
when the
yeah.
Fremen kill the Harkonnens, now I'm saying it, they take their water, right? But they're like, oh, this is we're not going to drink this shit. We use it
Right.
for
Oh yeah,
we use it for antifreeze, like basically.
yeah.
is
They
what-
use it for cooling systems. That's right.
yeah, because it's like a poison blood, they say, or water.
That's
Right.
maybe they're all getting like, I don't want to use the word cancer, but maybe they're all getting cancer from the sun. That's like
Right.
black.
Yeah.
It's like making them some
Yeah,
kind
it's-
of illness,
It's definitely having an effect on their
poisoning their blood.
disposition and genetics.
Yes, and their brain,
there's
their
nothing
brain
that
chemistry.
there's nothing that a pool of tar can't fix.
Yes,
Yeah,
but just
what is that? Why does he
I don't
disappear
know.
into that?
It's Blackta tank instead of Bacta
it's
tank.
like what's it called?
Thank you, Brendan.
What do they call it? Like when what's her name does in Stranger Things 11? It's the
the-
chamber.
Like a sensory deprivation.
sensory
Sensory deprivation for him. Yeah.
He's just
I
trying to
like
turn into a werewolf, or whatever happens in that fucking movie. I don't know. I never actually saw it.
Stranger Things?
No, but different thing.
Oh,
Different.
I'm like, wow, you're way off.
I think he turns into a caveman in that movie.
That's what it is. It's not a
What
werewolf. It's a
movie?
caveman. You're right. It's altered states.
Altered states.
I
Yeah.
thought you were going to say Alter Beast, like the game, and I was like, oh, this sounds pretty cool. But it
That's
doesn't.
where I got werewolf.
Oh, yes. We're really running the gamut here.
This is a podcast about Dune. Everybody.
Yeah. All right, Jen, did you like the dynamic between Paul and Chani and her disbelief or disapproval of him being some sort of prophet or messiah, and I guess being the only voice of the Fremen who's saying no?
I mean, I liked how their relationship built. Like,
Yeah.
you said, it sounds like the book is kind of like Dune 84, where they're just literally see each other and fall in love immediately.
Yeah, that's what happens. And have a
He's
kid.
in love with her because he's been seeing her for years, or however long, but she's a normal person and their relationship kind of grows. But yeah, not to keep harping on the same point, and I know Dune came first, but it kind of reminded me of like Egwene and Rand in Wheel of Time. How she's like, isn't it similar? Like she's like the only one who doesn't
Right.
kneel. Is it the same thing at the end of the
Well, in the
yeah.
show, I
the
guess.
show? Yeah. It's like the same, like that same visual of like, I don't know about this. It just
I do
reminded
like-
me of it.
I do like that Gurney Halleck's like, get with the program, woman.
Well, what are you like not supposed to talk in there or something? And they're
Not
gonna
only
like,
that, but like when everyone's kneeling, just
Yeah.
kneel. Just don't
Like,
like
yeah,
these,
don't throw
these
attention.
are lunatics.
They were
Yeah,
going to
I
throw
didn't-
her
I didn't-
out.
Right. I didn't take it as get with the program. I take it as shut up or they'll
What?
kill you.
Yeah, I thought
that's
they were
what
gonna kill
That's
her
what
if
I
she
mean.
kept-
Like,
yeah.
Right,
not
okay.
get with the program. Like drink the Kool-Aid. Like, get with the program. Like, pay attention to what's actually happening.
Right.
Right.
But
here.
Read the room, Johnny.
Well,
Gurney doesn't believe he's a religious leader.
I
I saw this kid
okay.
wipe his diapers.
Okay.
Like, you know, like,
I'm going to say something here that might not be agreeable, but I disagree. I think Gurney's already been shown in the first movie to be somewhat of a religious person.
that's true.
And I think in the beginning, right, when he first comes back, he's like, yeah, use these people. Who cares? You're Messiah, blah, blah, blah. I think he starts believing into it and kind of falling into it. And that's also why, because he's pulling Chani down and saying, be quiet, because he feels like she's being disrespectful as well.
I I soft disagree. I see what you're saying. I think Gurney thought Paul was effectively a messiah 20 years ago.
Oh,
just in a different way.
okay.
Like
Right.
Gurney's 1,000,000% committed to this. Like he's a knight basically,
Yeah.
and he's 1,000,000% committed to his lord and his king and the prince. And now with Leto dead, Paul's the new king.
You don't
And
have to say it.
Like Paul's his new lord, and that's all that matters.
Okay.
Right. I think I agree with that reading of it. I do think that there's a possibility that Gurney's getting caught up in the hype,
Mhm.
but even at the end of the movie, everyone else is Mahdi and he's my lord.
Yeah.
You know, like he's
Isn't
still
that
referred to.
a Fremen word? Mahdi?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my point.
Yeah.
Is
so
that
it's like-
Gurney's not
He's not
Lisan
saying that.
al-Ghib all over the place.
Okay,
He's still
yeah.
calling him
My
my
lord.
lord. I think his fanatical devotion to him is a different fanatical devotion. Although I do think
Equally fanatical.
Yeah, I do think the opportunity there is there though, Joe. Like I don't know what they're gonna do with Gurney going forward, or like if like how that's gonna play out in the next movie. But yeah, I think they could make him more of a religious zealot if they want to.
And I kind of like the change that Chani's a bit at odds with Paul and the whole prophecy and the Messiah part, because I guess somebody has to. Otherwise, does it make for a boring movie if everyone's just agreeing and saying the same thing?
So
I mean,
I think it makes for a less intellectually. I think it's insulting to the audience. I think it's done to point it out to the audience that you shouldn't get wrapped up if this is all cool. But really, the parts in the movie where he's like holding a knife up and everyone's chanting his name as they're about to kill a bunch of people should tip most of the audience off that like there's some bad juju going on. I think I think she makes it work. I have to say I haven't seen a lot of things that Zendaya's acted in. And her performance really impressed me.
Yeah, she's good.
This goes back to like similar things with the first movie. Like I just don't like the way that this was written. I think that it was like it was too much.
It's considering they cut a bunch of stuff out too.
In the book, having not read it, I don't know if this is true or not. She's too much of like the woman that just falls in love with Paul and has no personality.
No, she's got personality. It's less that, but like the end of the book is like her being pissed off about like the fact that Paul just ditched her.
Yeah. Well, not in the book. She's not pissed. It's different, right? She accepts. She's on board with Paul Messiah, Paul Lisan al-Gaib, and she understands that he's gonna marry. Like she knows about it already that he's gonna marry the princess.
Yeah, it would have been nice to get a heads up on that.
The last, but like the last line of the book is literally Jessica going to her like, "Don't worry about it. Like, history is gonna call us wives." Like,
yes, the whole concubine, the wives of history or whatever. Yeah, she's comforting her.
That doesn't make me feel better.
But Chani's not. It's not as like you just like she knew about it beforehand and she accepted it. I'm not saying she liked the decision, but she did accept it. And this they changed it where it kind of comes out to Chani, abruptly. She's not aware of it, and she has a very normal, real reaction to it, which I loved. I actually really like that. And I think my very last note of the entire movie is great work, Zendaya. Great work.
Yeah. She gets the first worm out of there.
Yeah. I also like that he's like, she'll come around. Don't worry. I know about. Like, he doesn't even give a shit. He's like, I saw the future. She's gonna get over it. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Right. Like, there's not. He is like constantly checking in on her because he feels.
Yes. Oh my God. I was gonna say, stop looking at her.
Well,
like immediately Florence Pugh is like, oh, okay, there's another girl. Like it just sets up a little triangle right there immediately. Like, oh, that's the girl. And then,
Well,
when you're fighting the psychopath, stop looking at her.
Now, I'm going to ask you this question, right? From Florence Pugh's point of view, right? She knows before anything happens today, she's walking out of here married to somebody.
One of these guys,
right?
yeah.
She knows she's marrying one of these two people. That's she understands that. Do you think she's happy? Because
happy or happier than she would be if it was fate.
From her point of view, it's just a choice between maniacs. Like, she doesn't know anything about Paul except he's
not a Harkonnen. Yeah,
but he's also a murderer of many, many people and also seems to be insane.
But I don't think she's like a super innocent.
No, I don't think she's innocent. I'm just asking you from if you didn't know anybody's you only knew what she knew.
I will say this.
This guy's leading a religious cult, and the movie ends with him going, all right, kill all the great houses.
Well, there's at least one other girl in this. Maybe she's happy because there's at least one other girl who loves him and looks kind of normal.
Yeah, so how bad could he be if this girl loves
literally
him?
Killed everyone that he came across.
That's true.
So,
yes. All right. Yes, there's another girl who loves him, but she spends the last hour of the movie looking furious at everything that's happening. So, yes, she loves him, but even she knows he's a fucking lunatic who's going to destroy everything.
I don't know.
Of the two, she'd probably technically prefer to be married to Paul.
He doesn't kill her father, so that's nice of him.
He doesn't kill her father because she agrees to marry him.
Right, but he could have still done it. She's like, don't kill him, I'll go with you.
So he's a good person because he didn't kill the old man that he didn't have to kill?
Well, she saw him walk up to the Baron and just stab him in front of everyone, and everyone just...
Yeah, I mean, he deserves it.
I feel like
he did. I'm sure he did deserve it, but
you can't go by how people treat Harkonnens. They're the worst.
Well, then that's the answer. They're the worst.
It is no
Harkonnens.
I feel like it's said multiple times that they're like monsters or animals, or they
right, and nobody has a 2-word summary of Paul Atreides at any point going psychopath, it's the first word, right? I'm just saying it's not like it seems like a great choice for her.
Well, I don't think she's expecting to be actually in love, married to this guy.
Right. Yeah,
I don't know what's going to happen, but
I agree, Jen. I think because even at the end when the Reverend Mother says are you ready for this or something like that, and she's like, you've been training me my whole life for this kind of conversation they have. Yeah. She knows that she's going to get married to somebody who she's probably not going to like or love, and they could be horrible people. You don't really get enough of the Emperor and who he is as a person to know if she's well, my dad's a bit of a, egomaniac, sociopathic, leader. So I'm probably going to wind up marrying somebody like him. So she's might already mentally be prepared for this type of relationship.
Who in this movie is a super nice guy? That isn't murdering everyone they come across.
In this movie?
Nobody.
I
mean,
Stilgar's
still murdering people. He's nice. He's a little bit crazy, but he's Paul's not. He's a good. I don't know. He starts off good. As good as anyone else that could.
I think the first movie has some people who are nice, kind of.
Duncan Idaho's nice.
Duncan Idaho. For Howard's nice too. They seem all right.
He's the master of assassins, or
arguably Leto Atreides is too nice, and it gets everybody killed.
Well, he was weak. That's why he's not alive anymore.
All right, so I want to. This is a controversial subject for me. I'm a huge Christopher Walken fan.
Really?
I was shocked at people on that. Especially the three of you, but the listeners. I think he's so incredibly miscast in this film. I feel like
he's too nice and sweet.
Not only that, he brings no dramatic heft to this. There's no sense where there's no part, no line that he delivers at any point that I feel like this man seems like he's the emperor of a galaxy. You know?
Yeah.
I thought he was
think he's
better
past
than I
his-
thought he was going to be.
Oh, okay.
When I saw him, I
What?
was like, no, because when I feel like he's like a caricature.
I just
now.
don't understand what you said.
No, like when I see Christopher Walken, I'm like, oh, so this is Christopher Walken playing Christopher Walken as
Oh,
Right.
okay.
the Emperor.
I'm
But
the emperor.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, he's the same person in every movie. But in the scene at the end, I thought there were some lines where I was like, oh, this is why he's so famous. He actually is a good actor.
I think
yeah.
when he delivers the stuff about like he was weak, that's a great monologue. But like that, I don't know.
He yells something that I thought I was like, oh, okay. I don't remember what it is.
here's the thing about Walken in the well. There are two things, but I'm going to do the serious one first. I think he's too old.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the part.
Yes.
But I also think that's intentional,
Yes.
and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
For me. Like it just
They
doesn't.
made him. His hair is like.
He is
They
really
could have
old.
styled him a little. I mean, if they wanted him to look younger, they
they're-
could have styled
No,
him.
They're
I think-
trying to
I
get
think-
the point across that he's like, his time as emperor is coming
Yeah.
to an end very
He's
soon.
all right.
Yes.
Yeah, right. One way or the other.
Yes.
He's on his way out. The second thing, and I said this for years before the movie came out, and I stand by it. It should have been Kyle MacLachlan.
Yes.
Oh, Brandon.
I know
yes.
why they wouldn't. I know why
Why?
they
Should have been.
wouldn't.
Oh, it's too
Because
silly for
that-
this movie.
Yes, it should have been Kyle MacLachlan.
Yeah.
I think he would have done a good, serious job with
He
it.
would have
No,
done
no,
he would have done a great job, but they couldn't.
Nobody
No.
would get over it. Like
Yeah.
nobody would get over it. You're right.
I think he's not he's in a small enough part in the movie that it would have brought a lot of conversation about it, but I don't think it would have hurt or hurt it.
Yeah. I mean, so speaking of that, in a way, I talked about this in the first when we did the first part. The movie opens up part one with something that's I feel is very much like a homage to David Lynch or some sort of acknowledgement of him, where it's like it's the Santa voice talking about how we live inside of a dream or whatever, right?
Mhm.
It's a very Lynchian idea. It's something that he at the end of this movie. They have a shot. They have a scene that really it's meaningless, where they like he's like, bring the Baron out to the desert and let the desert take him, and then you see the Baron in the desert, and it does a close up of his ear, and there's all ants all over it, and that's again, this was like even more a direct homage to like David Lynch's Blue Velvet, which like opens up with the ear with ants crawling on it, like they find it in the lawn, and I was just like. I don't know. I thought that was really interesting, and I feel like that's Denis Villeneuve saying that, Jen, you're right. Like I made these two films, but really, you go back and watch Dune 84.
Go back and watch Blue Velvet instead.
No.
Tom, I would be remiss if I did not bring up the attack on Siege Tabra. I saw the fleshlight ship.
Right?
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yes.
It's really odd.
Yes.
I don't know why.
I saw it.
It's the Harkonnen ship.
Yeah, the
It's-
one that
yeah,
attacks
it's-
the siege.
Well, they're all around it, though, right? Like you
Oh,
see
there's
the
just
little
one, I think.
animation. No, you see the little animation of all the ships around it.
Yeah, it's very odd.
Okay.
I don't know why that is what the space like. That's what the ships look like. I don't
know
Because
either.
they're weirdos. That's why.
I guess
Yeah.
so.
I don't know.
How did they find the siege?
Yeah,
Technology.
they really don't
Good
get into that.
old fashioned,
It's literally
No.
in my note. How did they find?
good old fashioned know-how, Jen.
Fade Rotha's that good.
Yes.
Found the
Science.
siege.
Technology.
Couldn't find it for hundreds of years, but found it today.
All right.
Probably more. Whatever.
Because the episode was over.
All right, yeah.
Usually these
He had to
things.
go.
Yes. Usually I don't know if they specifically say in the book, but is it spy like spies?
Yeah,
I mean, they have spies.
I think it's just
they don't
spies.
get into it, but yes,
They might have captured
Worms told them where it is.
Yeah, they might have captured a Fremen or something and tortured somebody or whatever. I don't know.
Shire.
Yes.
Siege.
And they just did away with, which I guess it doesn't have any real consequence, especially since they kind of changed Kimes, that Chani is Kimes' daughter. That's just not a thing.
Who's Kimes?
The one in the first movie,
Kynes.
Kynes. Did I say Kimes?
You say Kynes. The geologist.
The girl?
Yeah.
The woman scientist that works for the Emperor.
That's her mother?
That's her mom.
Well, in the books,
it's
a guy.
Did they ever mention that in this movie?
No.
It's not even. It's not even alluded to.
Okay.
Yes.
So then,
Right.
I thought I missed something.
That's the scientist. She's the scientist's daughter, so she's only half Fremen, technically. I
forgot about that too, and I don't really know why this is, but it's something I have to remind myself of. Like both times I read the book, every time I've watched the other movies, I have to constantly remind myself that Chani is not, in fact, Stilgar's daughter.
Right.
It just kind of seems like she should be.
It does,
but she's not.
No.
And that's that's on me. It's like I'm just wrong.
Yeah.
Even reading the book, you said you think that?
Yeah, like even reading the book.
Yeah, he's not like a weirdo in the book.
He's very different in the book. He's very super serious.
Kill me.
He's
well, he does actually say that does happen in the books.
Yeah,
he does
he's
like
much more. Yeah. He's like for your Wheel of Time. He's like Ruark. Right? Ruark is just him, right? So like,
I was just going to say that there's the line directly from the book where Paul says, "You don't break your."
Yeah.
When Stilgar says like, "Oh, kill me" or whatever, and he's like, "You don't break your knife before the dagger before the fight" or something like that. Shatter your blade before the fight. That's directly from the book.
Yeah.
Oh, you just reminded me of when he's fighting Fade and he says that line like, "May your knife shatter and break," and he's like, "Oh, may your knife shatter and break."
Fade's reactions.
I love that. That was so funny.
Fade's reactions when he finally gets to see Paul are like, I honestly think this is, except for when he hosted SNL, this is the only thing I've seen Austin Butler do. Yeah. But like,
you didn't see Once Upon a Time in what is it?
Shit! No, I forgot about that.
He's not a big role, but he's in there. Yeah.
It's Hollywood, but yes, you're right. That's like one of my favorite movies. I forgot that that's him. But anyway, like there's a moment, like it's when Paul uses the voice, right? And he yells at the Reverend Mother, "Silence!"
Yeah,
it's a split-second shot of Fade reacting to that, and he's like he packs so much into no words, and no eyebrows, and like
that's what it is
on screen of like, oh, this is interesting. Also, I'm a little scared.
Yeah,
maybe a little turned on. Yeah, he does so much just like by twitching his non-eyebrows.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's like excited for a guy that might to be like a true adversary to him. Everyone else is like bugs to him. They're nothing.
I don't even think it's almost like that.
Yeah.
He's
nailed it then.
He's also piquing his curiosity too.
Yeah. I remember for those of us who have read the book there's a very small character in that book who's like a sociopath, and like at one point there's
about 6 inches tall.
Really small.
There's a very short.
Don't worry about it.
Anyway, like there's a very disturbing portion of the book where you get it from his point of view. And like he starts talking about how he's pretty sure that he's the only actual person alive. And that nobody else is real. So like it doesn't really matter if he kills them or not, because like he's the only real person. And like Brendan, I think you're right. I think Fade's like, oh, there's another actual person.
Yes.
Somebody who's like on my level, I guess, maybe.
Yeah. Like, no, just like literally like you were saying, none of these people that he just murders because they talk to him, like they're not alive.
They're nothing.
They're nothing. They're just things.
And I mean, and the thing is, like,
it's like here's something, you know,
like within the
I could like do,
within the like conspiracy / prophecy mythology, like it's literally true. Fade is basically Dark Paul.
Yes,
which wow.
Right. Right.
Where's Light Paul?
We're one side of the same coin.
He's one universe. He's one universe over on Tatooine. He's completely.
There's it's just like when you started talking about that, about the connection and the interest of Fade and Paul, it made me think of in the Alien Earth show. I don't know if anybody watched that, but
I haven't yet. No.
like the basic premise is that there's like this boy genius. He's one of the heads of like the 2 or 3 companies that basically run the world. And
just say Ender. This is taking forever. I'm sorry. Nothing. Forget. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And what he does is he takes he's doing experiments where he's trying to put like actual conscious humans into like a synthetic kind of body. And he uses kids who are dying. And you like, at one point you just find out he creates, he's just really doing this because he's trying to find somebody that he can have a conversation with that he believes is on his own level.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
That's weird.
Yes, it is weird.
Yeah.
Because he's like literally like a
vibe.
genius prodigy, and he's just everybody he talks to bores him.
All right.
So that's
Yeah,
kind of
but-
similar feeling.
Yeah. It doesn't last too long for Fade though.
Yeah,
No.
Fade.
Another thing I'll say about that whole scene is, again, I've read the book multiple times. I've seen Dune 84 multiple times, and when I was watching it in the theater, when Fade stabs Paul, I was like, "Oh shit! Did he just win?"
Yeah. They're
Yes.
doing a good job.
It's like, did they
Like,
change it?
oh,
I was like, nah, they didn't change this part.
I'm-
Like, oh, and then they don't, of course. But
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
also
they got
confused
me.
about, like, he stabs Paul in the side, kind of,
Yeah.
and then Paul stabs him, which I completely missed happening. All of a sudden, he was
well, it
stabbed.
happens off screen. Like, it happens.
You don't
out of
see him.
frame.
You know, out
Okay,
of frame.
so-
And then Paul pulls a sword or a knife out of his shoulder.
So okay.
So I'm like,
here's the-
what?
He's got the one in
he
his side.
He gets
Yeah,
stabbed.
he gets stabbed here.
And then there's only one free knife, and it's in
Right.
Fade's head. And
Right.
they're fighting with it. And then Fade has him, stabs him, and doesn't realize that Paul pulls the gurney trick from the beginning of part 1 and pulls the other knife out of himself, and he uses that to kill Fade. So while Fade's fighting over getting him stabbed up here,
Yeah.
he just kills Fade with the other knife that was inside of him.
Yes. So Paul gets stabbed
It's-
twice.
Okay.
Fade only
I was
once.
like,
Also-
why? What happened? Okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
Also,
So the second knife
Paul has no way of knowing this, but it's also what Duncan Idaho does.
Yeah.
He pulls the sword out.
That's
That's
also
right.
true.
Okay.
That's true. That's the Atreides move.
Yeah.
I'll let you stab me with a sword, and then I'll.
Now I have a
you-
sword.
Yeah.
Now I have
Breathing
a
the sword.
Now I have your sword.
Right.
Instead of disarming him, that's
Okay. But Paul's
That's
fine.
easy.
Don't worry about it. He's good.
Well,
he-
I mean, at least
Put
reasonably,
a little
he
spit
looks.
on it. It's good.
He can't really walk that
Yeah.
good.
yeah. I mean,
He's
yeah,
The first one is clearly not a killing.
well, that's a
wound.
dangerous.
Well, he
I'm
looks
sure he's
bad.
hit an
Everyone's
organ
very
or two.
horrified by it.
He
Yeah.
might have gotten a kidney there, or maybe a liver, but I think that one's worse than the one up in the shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah. That the one up in the shoulders and even Valda wound. So,
But
swing for a while.
No, that was like the neck. I
I
feel
know.
like.
I know.
it's like
just in the third
Couldn't get
movie.
it.
He's just in a mech suit of casts. I'll get one of these.
One of these days.
trap shot. All right. I think we've successfully dissected this movie, but if there's
Wait.
anything else anyone wants to talk about before we,
I want to go through
Okay.
some of my other notes.
oh, go for it.
Shai Halud sounds like Shia Ghul. Anyone pick
does.
up on that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, Shai Halud is the race of worms. Like that's the name of all the worms.
I think that's just what
Yeah.
they call the worms, Shai Halud.
Okay, I thought up until like midway through this movie that Shai Halud was one worm
Like
that
the
was
king
like
of
the
worms?
master of the worms.
No.
The
Because
worm,
then they tell when Paul has to learn how to worm ride, they tell him you're gonna ride Shai Halud. So I'm like, oh, it's like the big one. Somehow
And
they
then-
know he's coming, and then they're like, no, that's too big. It's the grandfather of all. He got a grandfather worm, and
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what? I thought he was getting Shai Hulud. And then I realized,
It's just,
oh, Shai Hulud is like the worm.
yeah, it's the way they use the word Shai Hulud. Instead of saying like the Shai Hulud or a Shai Hulud, they just say Shai Hulud every time they mention it.
I
There's no
think-
article. There's no
I don't know if I
article
brought this
before
up last time or have told you guys about it, but there's a meme or whatever online of like a guy doing like a Donald Trump impression as the worm. And like he's like, it's your friend Shai Hulud. So that's why I think that's where I got the idea that like Shai Hulud was like the president of the worms.
Oh.
Anyway, I'll send it to you guys later. It's funny.
President.
You know, in that whatever movie.
They go back to their
were you picturing a scene somewhere in this movie where Paul
Worm
and Shai
Council?
Hulud?
Wait, there is a scene in this movie.
No, but like the picture behind us where Paul just meets Shai Hulud and they have a one-on-one conversation.
Paul meets Shai Hulud in the first movie, and you guys are telling me that they're not.
He does meet Shai Hulud.
Moment, Shai Hulud, whoever it is, one of the worms, comes up, looks at Paul, recognizes him, does not eat him, and then you're trying to tell me that didn't happen, and it was just. It just happened to be that he got away because of the thumper. No, he saw Paul and understood who
You
Paul
forget
was.
that Jessica was there as well, Jen. It wasn't just Paul.
Okay, it was Jessica then. Fine. But somebody did something. They had a moment. Anyway, what else do I have?
The worm while you're hitting on it, the actual riding of the worms here, even though I feel like I wanted to see a little bit more worm,
yes,
yeah,
it was really cool. Like I guess like that's what it would actually be like.
This
it was
is another
okay.
one of my notes.
I agree with
35 people get up there.
Oh, they're huge, those worms.
Well, I know,
really
but like,
big, Jen.
don't you like jump on the worm? How do they
Wasn't
literally
easy.
get on it?
Ropes.
They used ropes. They didn't show that in this. So yes, I was a little underwhelmed with the worm riding because you don't really see much of the worm. You just kind of see somebody standing on a bunch of windblown sand.
Yeah.
But so yeah, one of them will get on there. They actually show it better in Dune 84, like where there's multiple people getting on there. And then, yeah, they can control the worm by lifting up like the little ringlets that let the sand in. And then, yeah, they kind of direct the worm around, and then other people, they throw their hooks on it, and as the worm comes by, and pull themselves up.
But the worm doesn't stop.
No, there's no stopping.
So many people on top of the worm that I was like, how did they all get up there? One at a time?
That wasn't the question that I had.
How'd they get the tent thing up there?
How do they get off there is the question that I have. Because not only did they not stop, they're going super fast.
Maybe you could slow it down, and then you could just like kind of roll off onto the sand.
Easy, Wormy. Easy.
You big fella.
I was a little disappointed at the wide worm.
Easy.
Yeah.
Like
the worms have to know that, like, what's the mental capacity of a sand?
I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna.
It's actually that worm that size. The brain's about the size of an apple.
Yeah.
But did they understand that there's like guys riding
like,
on? They're directing the worm, like the ride. It's like a horse.
If you want to get into the, as I understand it, I've only read the first 4, and the other 3, other than Dune, I've only read once, and that was a long time ago. But like, the worms are not actually a creature. They're an amalgamation of single-celled creatures, right? So they're not. That's not one worm. That's a bunch of like. It's like a bunch of amoebas got together and created a worm.
And then they dissipate?
No, they don't dissipate. They just grow. But like that's not. There's no brain. It's just a bunch of single-cell kind of creatures that grow, and all they do is produce spice and like protect themselves from water, right?
I'm waiting for one of the other two of you to be like, "That's crazy," but you're both like, "No, that's exactly right."
No, I think it's crazy. I don't know that part.
What?
I've never read any of the other books. I have no reason to.
Which book is in the point of view of a worm? That's
all
the one I want.
I'm not saying it sounds good.
You know what? If you want to get into it, right? As memory serves, and I haven't done any research on this to like really buff up, but Paul's grandson turns himself into like a giant worm person hybrid.
All right.
By just spackling those things on.
Wait,
and I think this is a good time to end it.
Wait.
This is a good place to stop.
got
Wait,
Emperor
I'm
Dune.
just making sure I don't have any more notes.
Okay.
I have one other note that's very
Go for it, Tom.
out of school.
Go ahead. I'm done.
Like the anti-grav fall stuff that everybody has, like just looks really cool. Where they
yeah.
line. They looked okay in the first one, but in this one they look great.
The Sardaukar used them a lot, and this one it was
Gurney does too.
Yeah, Gurney used it in this one, and the Harkonnens also use it.
Yeah,
as well.
That thing's cool. That's all.
And I think really what it comes down to is that it's totally silent.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'll tell you why I think this one looks better. Because in the first one, it was vertical drops. But here, they're diagonal. And that looks cooler.
Anyone want to guess how much this movie made? So I think we said the first movie made about 400 million or so.
Oh, I would guess double?
Less. Oh. I was going to say less.
Brendan, want to guess?
I'm gonna say the same.
Same as the same. All right, Tom's closest. It made $711 million.
Wow.
Because
it's a good movie.
And
but more people went to see
the pandemic was over, so
the pandemic was over.
Yeah,
this one
I wasn't taking
this one wasn't dual released on streaming like the first one.
We weren't thinking fourth dimensionally, Jen.
You're right. You
Yeah.
didn't give me all the information.
And it earned a 92% on Rotten Tomato.
That's a big percent.
Yeah.
It's a pretty high percent. No, I like this one better than the first one.
That's big percent.
I like this one better. This one's better.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I agree that this one's better, but also the first one is half a movie. It's not half a movie. The first one is half a story.
This is also half a story, though.
I would say
it's the important half.
It's less.
The ending.
It's actually less half a story. I feel like you could literally watch this movie and not really have to watch the first one.
You're right. The only thing it was missing was naked Oscar Isaac, but anything other
everything's
than that,
missing that.
That's true. Every moment of every day.
I mean, yeah.
That's it. No, I did like this one better. It was a little less like, I said last week, Brendan, everyone's like modeling and like, it's just very dramatic. Every line was super dramatic. And
this was less like that, you think?
It was less like that.
The first movie was a lot of palace intrigue.
Yeah.
And this one's not.
This is desert. There's not,
because all the palace people are dead.
The first movie, right? We talked about this, and I think we alluded to it earlier, right? Like halfway through the movie, the Harkonnens attack, and you're like, okay, here's the climax. You're like, oh god, there's another hour and a half, right?
20 minutes of helicopter riding,
and like
or whatever.
This movie, shit never stops happening.
No, a lot of stuff happens. Does it all need to happen? I don't know.
A lot of stuff happens, but if you bore it down, a lot didn't happen.
Five things happen, really.
But like,
one thing happens a lot, where they just kill Harkonnens a lot.
Yeah.
And then they also kill Harkonnens a lot. Then there's a break. The Harkonnens kill them a little bit, and then they kill all the Harkonnens. That's the movie, basically.
I'm very surprised, Jen, you didn't want to bring up the mention of the family atomics.
Oh, that was.
I have a note about that.
We're gonna.
Like the family jewels.
That's what they're gonna do at the end of the movie. Is
like they're passed down
the
from
spice fields, right?
generation.
Oh no, they're gonna attack. They're gonna go up and attack the great houses. They're not gonna do what they said they were gonna do.
Yeah.
Right? Which was use the atomic bombs to destroy
I guess all the
Arrakis.
I guess the Fremen just jumped on the Emperor's ships and decided like that's what it looks like.
That's what happened.
How do they even know how to do that?
Wait, okay. Here's a question for you. They all get on worms and go to the southern half of the continent. And Paul goes to the temple and drinks the water of life. And Johnny flies in on an ornithopter. How does she have an ornithopter? Where did that come from?
How did Paul get there before everybody else? I was thinking that. How did he get there and do all that? And then they were all going at the same time. How did he get there before everybody?
I don't know.
It was the weirdest thing.
That had to be a cutscene there.
It was like the scene in the first movie where they land on Arrakis on a ship, have a little conversation, then get on another ship and fly somewhere else on Arrakis. Why didn't they just land at the other place in the first
time? It's like
time?
you have to take a small plane to get to like a smaller airport.
Or I guess like a boat. You have to take a dinghy.
How did the get through the storms? Like I don't even understand how it got there. Doesn't make any sense.
They must have
That was the
stolen
one-
that.
Right, I
like,
forgot about that because he was
over
like,
the storm.
I'm not going. Then he decided to go and somehow got there before everybody else.
They
At
were
least I'm not
on
gonna eat.
They were
the.
on the worms together.
Yeah, well, they were on
Right?
different worms. To be fair, they were on
Right.
different.
Okay, but the
worms.
worms were all like in sync, traveling together.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Next up,
But the family atomics passed down
Family-
from generation to generation.
but you can't get in if you don't have the fingerprints of your families
The
or
genetic,
something. I don't know.
genetic
The
material.
family-
Genetic material.
The
I'm surprised
family
he put his hand in a
atomics.
box again. I'm going to be honest with you.
No, yeah. The family atomics is such a ludicrously cute name for a nuclear arsenal. It's just like hearing grizzled ass Josh Brolin talk about, I know the secret location of the family atomics. Like it sounds like the family atomics sounds like comic book characters for kids from the 50s. Like
Yeah.
Right. They hide out in the fallout shelter, and
yeah, it's just like oh, the family atomics, and then like they fire them and it is mushroom clouds. And like, oh right, yes, they're bombs.
Yeah.
these 92 atomic
Nuclear
warheads
weapons.
have been passed down from generation to generation.
Why were they on Arrakis?
Because
What,
They
They
trans-
bring them everywhere.
They brought them with them. They bring them with
They
them.
scouted out a good cave.
Yes.
Well,
Desert
remember
before-
Gurney? Remember Duncan Idaho was on like the
That's
what's
what
it
he
called?
was doing?
The scouting mission,
The advanced
weeks,
mission.
the advanced team. Sorry, weeks
How
before.
did they get them down there and nobody saw it?
they did the old purloined letter. No one would think to look at the obvious place.
Mhm.
That cave is obvious as opposed
Listen,
They
to
have a whole.
all the
They
other
have a whole.
caves.
They do have a whole conversation about that.
I
No,
know.
I
but-
love it. I love that. But I'm like, why is that cave obvious? But any other cave would be not.
I don't know why. I don't know. You're right, Todd. I thought I missed something because I did kind of miss like the beginning shot of the outside of it, the
Like,
structure,
does it
whatever
look-
the cave.
Did it
And I
look,
was like,
did
We
it
didn't
look like an
find it.
atomic weapon?
Yeah.
That
I was
that
like,
rock formation?
is it something we saw already in the
Not
previous
in
episode?
here.
But maybe there
That
was a
is
scene
also-
that
It's
got
like the
cut.
Looney Tunes. Don't look
That-
in here.
That is also that's also the point in the movie. That's the last surprisingly funny part of the movie. After that, the movie is not funny at all. Like
Yes.
it's completely serious. But it's like it's enough to blow up the planet, and they all look at him like it's a figure of speech.
Yeah.
Right.
They're all like, you're not going to blow up the planet with that,
But
are
real-
you, outsider?
But really, it can blow up the.
But really, it's not a figure of speech.
But really, I could. These are nuclear weapons. Yes, they're very dangerous. Yes, family atomics. I
Did
kind
the
of.
Harkonnens have family atomics somewhere?
Yeah,
They
but
did.
I don't know if they
So
had
Paul
left them
can
on Arrakis.
also get their family atomics
He
because
could.
he has the genetic code of the Harkonnens.
Wouldn't it be funny
That's
if
a
they
good point.
found the Harkonnen atomics and they were like, "Oh, we can't get in. You need to be a Harkonnen," and then Paul like sticks his hand in there, and then that's like,
Yep.
Monty shows the way.
yeah, Duke Leto knew that they were going to need those atomics on Arrakis, I think, so he made sure there was atomics on there, the family atomics, not just any.
He did.
It's like the family China, like the special.
Yeah, you only
No,
take them out on a
yes.
special occasion.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
Like, it's the box of ornaments you don't let the kids touch.
Right.
yeah. It goes up
Top of the
tops on the
Top of
tree,
the
so
tree, yeah,
they
yeah.
can't knock them over. So, let's talk about our ratings for this, right? Our 5-star patented 5-star scale that no one's ever used before, that we invented ourselves.
Yes.
For this movie, Jen, let's start with you. I know you said you liked this movie better than the last one, so prove it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it a 3 though.
Oh, wow. Not that much
Which
better.
isn't bad. It's still pretty good. I think a 3 is like a good-ish movie.
All right.
It's not
Tom?
one of my favorites.
Okay.
Yeah, I like this a lot more. I think I think I gave part 1 like 3.25 or 3.5 or something like that. I think I give this a 4, maybe 4.25. I really liked it. My only problem was that, again, this probably could have been 215,
Yeah.
this movie, and wouldn't have lost that much. But I did really like this. I think most of like, I didn't think there were performances in this movie that really shot it down like I did in part 1. I did think, like we were saying before, that the Emperor's not in enough of it, that kind of weird performance from Walken didn't upset the movie for me. So yeah.
Yeah, you know, I will say this, right? Just because you mentioned the Emperor, I feel like Florence Pugh, for not having that much to do in the movie, really made the most of her scenes, and I really enjoyed.
She's unbelievable. She's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
I was really impressed by it, just because, like I said, she didn't have much to do and not much screen time, but every time she came on, she made it count.
I've heard Florence Pugh referred to as the last movie star.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like like when I heard that, I thought it was a joke because I hadn't seen her in that much, and in everything I've seen her, I was like, oh yeah. Every scene she's in is about her, whether it is like,
yeah, and she's also got that
good
kind
way.
of like old school movie star kind of look
Yeah.
to her.
It's interesting to me because like she doesn't make any of the same. Well, not any, but she doesn't make a lot of the same. She's much more big budgety. But like I imagine watching her now is like what it was watching Meryl Streep in like the mid 70s
Wow.
to early 80s.
Hot
where
take.
it's
Yeah,
like,
I can see
like
that.
literally like every movie, you're like, wow, she's just great, just knocking it out. Like, yeah,
Anyway.
she's yep.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna get back to my rating. Sorry,
Yeah, go ahead.
I went off on a tangent just because I had to say that. I didn't say it yet, but so I will. It's weird. Like, this movie is different than the first movie, and not just because it's got a very different feel to, not very different, but it's got a different feel to it. And I think it's like what you said, Jen. You brought up like the modeling perfect shots, and I think it is because it's more of like a palace political, royal intrigue. So it's kind of shot that way and a little bit more mysterious. Whereas this movie, it's more like, okay, we're getting into a little bit more meat. Paul's, maturing, and we got to get through a bunch of storyline. I like the feel of the first movie better, and I kind of I do like the pace of the first movie. Maybe, like we said, take out that one part towards the end with the Duncan, Idaho and Kynes scene. But there are a bunch of scenes I feel like in this movie that they didn't need, and they could have put other stuff in that, like we could have got some. You mentioned a ton of stuff getting cut out, like Thufir Howard stuff that they put in Tim Blake Nelson. Like, I would have loved to have seen that stuff instead of some of the scenes. I don't know. Maybe those scenes aren't that good, but I would have liked to have seen some of that instead of maybe a couple of the scenes in here. So I'm going to give this a 4.25. Brendan.
Yeah, I would also say a 4.25. I think it's a long movie that feels long,
Mm-hmm.
and so is the first one. I sort of said this before. I said this before we started recording, that these are two movies that should be three movies. And I mean, it's going to be three movies, but it's going to be three movies that are too long, and
4 movies.
it could have been three movies that are long enough.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I really like it. I think it does something. I think we didn't really talk about this part at all, but the scene where Paul arrives in the South and comes in and starts giving his speech about how he's all of his various names,
Mm-hmm.
and he's that really puts the movie over the top for me, and it did, like, the first time I watched it, and it's like I'm captivated by that scene every time I watch it.
Yeah,
because Denis Villeneuve and Timothée Chalamet, importantly, understand something that I think, as much as I enjoy Dune 84 for what it is, Lynch and McLaughlin didn't understand, and maybe even Frank Herbert didn't get across well enough in the book because it was misinterpreted by a lot of people. Villeneuve and Chalamet understand that Paul is not a hero.
Right.
And that scene makes it crystal clear.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, he's a protagonist, but he's not a hero.
Yeah.
He makes a choice. He's like, nope.
Yep.
The whole first half of the movie, he's like, I'm not going south. That leads to this. I don't want to do it.
It's like when things go south.
Right. And he's like, nope, okay, we're going to kill them all. And he's like, I see a thin path where it might work. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I just feel like he's like, I don't have a choice. I felt like he really didn't have a choice.
Tom's, was this a successful adaptation of the book?
I think, with the exception of they really cut out all the ecology stuff in the second half, right? There's no They don't even talk
No.
about like, hey, we're gonna terraform or anything like that. There's green paradise, I guess, but whatever.
Yes. They
I
don't
thought
get
that
into
meant
the
he was
science
gonna
of it,
kill
though.
you.
I think that and at the
Send
end of
them
the
to
movie,
paradise.
send them to green paradise,
Yeah.
everybody. Right? It means something different. But like, yes, this movie clearly, as Brendan just said, clearly understood the mission that just because somebody is charismatic and has a just cause does not mean you should follow them blindly in whatever they tell you to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Brendan, would you consider this a successful adaptation?
I mean, it changes a lot, but I think it's successful in the sense that it gets across the point of the story that it's adapting.
Mm-hmm.
Even if, and like I just said, arguably gets it across better than the source material.
Yeah. I think so. I think that was an important piece that they recognized, that the message didn't come across necessarily well in the book, not well, but like clear in the books. And they wanted to make sure that they made it a point in the movie to get that message across. Like that was clearly one of their goals when doing the adaptation for this. I think it was clearly successful. I mean, we're talking
financially successful,
$1 billion made.
Oh yeah.
So
I am curious
between the two movies.
For those of us who have read Dune Messiah, the book again. I'm the only one. Okay,
Yeah.
The book that he wrote to get the message across. So again, it's really blatant in this book. Like, hey, like Paul does. Like, a lot of Paul monologuing about is like, hey, I started this holy war, and that's kind of bad, isn't it? Ain't
I a stinker?
No, like it's more guilt than anything else, right? But I'm very curious about, because this movie does get very on the nose about exactly how Dune Messiah is going to go, or Dune Part
Have they actually said that the third one is Dune Messiah, or is it just Dune 3?
No, it's Dune Messiah. Is what they're
apparently, yeah.
Like when they were scoring this movie, right? And Denis went to Hans Zimmer to work on the score for this movie. Like, he didn't say anything. He just left Dune Messiah on the piano for him.
Oh, okay.
It's like, get reading. It's next.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going to ask this question, but we're not going to answer it now, just because I don't want to put everyone on the spot for this, but something we should think about, and in future episodes of this podcast, maybe have a short little conversation on what, and I guess obviously this only goes for if you've read the material, which was better, the original material or the adaptation. So no one's commenting on this movie this book right now. We're not doing it now. But I'm just going to put that out there.
Well, prepared thoughts next time.
Yeah. And I mean, I think you said it really well about getting that point across about the Messiah and how Paul is not necessarily a hero, maybe like a horror story of a hero. And it only took like $200 million and a hairless Austin Butler to get the point across, right?
Skinless.
Yeah.
That would have been fun if he had no skin. All right. I think this is a good place to wrap it up. Whew. That was a lot there.
Yeah.
I want to remind everyone you could follow us on social media. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Also on Blue Sky. Join us over in Discord to continue the conversation there. We also post our episodes on YouTube, so be sure to go to our YouTube page to like and subscribe. Rate and review us wherever you listen to podcasts, and check out our Patreon page to support us that way. Links to all the aforementioned information are included in the show notes to this episode. Any final words from the three of you?
I think we should have to talk as long as the movie or television episode is. So we didn't do it this time.
We've got another hour.
Should have gone 2:45.
Yeah, got another. Yeah.
Keep that in mind for next time.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that.
What is next time, or is it a surprise?
We'll tell you later.
Okay.
Thanks everyone for listening. Oop. I even pause. I always pause and wait. And nobody says anything. And I'm like,
I thought you were
now's
thinking
the
if you
time.
wanted to say what the next thing was going to be.
I did too. And I think here's the problem. I think your pause and go is faster than our pause and go.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I want to start before somebody thinks like, oh, he wants me to say something kind of scenario.
No, I understand. It's not
Yeah.
you. I think we just need to get that wavelength in.
We got to
It's
get
only
it's
7 years.
I know we've only done like 300
hundreds
plus
of podcasts.
podcast episodes. Still can't get that right. So you know what? Thanks everyone for listening, and you'll hear us next time.